Welcome to this series where we are building up a transport empire and transport fever 2. In the last part we started advancing the date forward to get to 1930 because we've now reached the modern age. We've got trucks and life is getting a little bit more complicated, and what I'm looking forward to in this video is to getting to 1925 because that will then open up access to the ability to upgrade roads and high-speed track. And I've been watching this area here and it's a little bit of a mess with all these tracks here. And I think once we get access to high-speed tracks and better roads, there's going to be a certain amount of rationalization going on. And the other thing that we also doing in the previous video is we started the process of optimizing our production systems. And what we've done is we've diverted the output of this quarry to a new materials factory here, which is in turn supplying materials to Normanton. And things are going fairly good in many ways. They're not perfect, but we are getting where we meant to be going. In this video, what I want to do is focus on Hornsey because I've got an idea here. Because if I come into here, you can see Hornsey's now got a requirement for goods. And although we're getting plenty of food down from Smethwick here via this route here, I'm kind of thinking about using this space here to set up a food production area which will eventually feed Hornsey. And of course we've got Bewdley up here that needs food. At the moment they're getting food via a slightly antiquated truck system here. But I think if we can get a goods down to Hornsey and food going back the other way, what we can do then is we get a nice strong food production area here. When I don't think Normanton needs food just yet, but in 1990 these will need food. So if we got a good food production area here to make it work, and the game's playing jip on me again. This is a really annoying bug where you lose control of the cursor and it scrolls to the edge of the map, but we got it fixed. Right, back to what I was saying is we've got fish over here, we've got a coffee farm here, we've also got a livestock farm there, so we've got plenty of potential to get food up and running here. We've got 3 new vehicles. I think that's a multiple unit, and we got 2 new trucks that looks like they can go faster. I'm kind of interested in the multiple units because we got I think wow, we got a lot of people here. Yeah, I think maybe can we get this multiple units running here? What are they anyway? Where's the station here? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely a multiple unit. These rail cars are called skunks because people said you could smell them before them. That's because they're diesel. We carry 20 passengers. I'm kind of inclined. I've been neglecting this line for a long time. I can imagine what state the train is in. Let's have a look at the train. Yeah, bad. And just have a quick look at the lines at each end. So you've got 314 wants to go from Hornsey to Normanton, and we've got 299. So I think what we could do is come here. This is the passenger train. We're carrying 100 passengers at 60 odd miles an hour. So let's see if we can get a replacement for you. So this does 100 kilometers an hour. I think that would be fast enough for the moment. So if we get, say, 6-car line on here, that's still only 146. So we'll replace you, and then I think what we'll do is clone you. That just fits on the station. That's good. See how well you run. So let's just have a quick follow of the train. Oops, 53, 56. 70. Wow, looks like it's actually running faster than the other train was. 83, reached 90. Oh, we might get to the full 100 kilometers. Yeah, wow, I think that's pretty good actually. I'm quite happy with that. One thing of what I've just noticed is, oops, stop. You've got this, where is it? There's a viaduct here. I don't think I actually need this viaduct here, but yeah, I think we're going to knock this down because this is the old materials line to Normanton. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I mean, we're going to rework virtually all the lines in this area anyway, so this is just the first step in modernising the whole area. Because what I'm thinking is that here we're going to have an international airport. We'll start with a small one first, and then we'll probably upgrade it to an international later on. Let's push this through here. And what that international airport will do is service these 3 cities here. What we can do then is send out flights to Smethwick over here, usually, and probably down to Dawlish in the bottom bottom right hand corner. Let's get rid of these. We'll just stop there. I'll leave these lines here for the moment. Now, what I want to do now is, well, I want to bring goods down into Hornsey. So I think that's going to be the first step. And what I want to do is push the station out a bit so that Hornsey's got room to expand. Let me just check the industry here. The industry's here, but you can see the residential is building out that way. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to push out here. Going to come out quite big time like this. And then eventually this road can come up that way, and that will push this station a long way away from the residential area. And what I'm thinking is the coal on the future is near the bridge, so if we come into here, I think maybe a 240 here. I think we will start with a terminus here. I want to leave enough space so that I can upgrade this if necessary. Maybe we'll just take this off like that. Yeah, we'll start with 1 platform to begin with. What we're going to do is, if I run just north of the trees like this, we should be able to keep the cuttings and viaducts or whatever's to a minimum. Get a bit close to that road, but I think we'll be okay. I'll just put out we've got a viaduct there. I'm accidentally electrifying this line, so just okay. We've got a Dornier Mercu. I've got a feeling this is a passenger plane. Oh, so it looks like we've now got access to high-speed track. Specialist. I think we'll stick with standard track here for the moment, because this is only ever going to be a goods line. Well, I suppose it could be a passenger line eventually between Hornsey and Bewdsley, but we'll start with a normal track. Like that, and then we'll just blend you into there like that. We've got a line there that's running through to there, and that will come that way, and we'll just drop a couple of signals on here. That's the up line, and this is going to be the down line. We're only going to start with 1 train here to begin with, and put you there, because what we're going to need to do is stimulate interest here first. So, I was about to say, let's take a look at that aircraft, because I can't take a look at the aircraft because we don't actually have any airports to look at them with. It's one of the downsides of the game. Part of me says put this here. Now if I put this here, it's going to interfere with this train station. I think what we're going to do is, we've now got access to all the new roads. Wow, lots of new roads. Got a 4-lane road there, 100 kilometers an hour. I think maybe we'll go to. No, I don't think we need 60, do we? We'll just stick with. Let's just push this out like that, and we're just gonna put a depot area here like this, and we'll just angle it a little bit so that if I need to expand it this way it'll work. Now the next question is, where is the goods? I think the goods are in the commercial area, aren't they? We got, wow, getting quite a lot of goods there. We got this drop off point here, Mill Road. How far? I think that provides enough cover to get us started. So what we're going to do is create a line from there. This is Mill Road, yep. I'm going to change the colour, I think, so I can see what is actually going on. So put a green line in. So don't like that line there coming round there. That's going to be the ones we transfer out. So let me just put a put that there and just hook that line there. Manage line. And this one's retransfer. We'll add you as a station. That pulls this in a little bit. And of course we need to do this. This will be Cargo Road 25 Town Hornsey Goods. And I'm a bit inclined to put a depot over here because I think the other depot's on that side right over there. Though it doesn't really make that much difference, does it? So we're just going to buy vehicles. I think we'll just go with some tarpaulins. What's the loading? Yeah, I mean these have got faster loading, so we'll put about 6 on here. And I'm just going to assign you to all the way down. Hornsey Goods, there we are. Get you on there. We've actually got new tanker trucks, so is there a benefit to putting tanker trucks on this route here? This is about the only one that's delivering fuel. Come here, this is Wooler fuel. And this is 1917, so this is going to be, or just upgrade you to your tank truck. So you travel faster and carry 8. And what I want to do now is if I can find Wooler fuel, where are you? Wow. Lead to Wooler. We're going to need to start using the filter more and more here. Let's put up fuel and just want to rename you. I'm going to change you to 25 so that I know that you've been upgraded. So we've now got any trucks that are going to pull in goods from here. Oh, we got a new train. 412-2 class. What's that? What do we get from this? Buy vehicles. It's going to be steam. Wow. I mean, that's going to be a very powerful hauling train. I mean, it's got a lot of tractive efforts, loading speed, lots of power. But it's going to be a big step up when it comes with respect to cost. But I think we could probably use that somewhere. Anyway, back to Hornsey. And we're just going to create a line. And we're going to start up here. And we're going to run a line down through into Hornsey. And you're going to be train cargo, Hornsey goods. There. And what we're going to need is a train now that's going to run up from there. I think we'll stick with the Mikado for the moment. And we're just going to gondola. Now what if we want? We're going to ship goods and food. And we've actually got coffee we could put on this line as well. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're going to have 8 for the moment. And train cargo. What happened to? I think I've got lines in here. Hornsey goods. Okay, didn't actually name that properly. We better fix that. Hornsey goods, and year 26. So we'll now have a train bringing goods into here, and we'll be delivering goods into Hornsey here, and that will get Hornsey growing. Now what I want to do for the rest of this video is work on this area here, because what I want to do is set up a food production area here. I think it's going to be quite important because we've already got a livestock farm here, and we've got coffee here, and we've got coffee up there. Now the only coffee type farm is over here, and I think that's a bit far out, and I think that I like the idea of being able to supply food to Hornsey and Bewdley in the short term. And then eventually this could become a big food production area which will then supply Wooler and Normanton in the 1990s. And as I talked about in the previous video, we're going to have to place factories down here to be able to get things working. So we got food there. I mean, I do want like a production circus running. I think so if we put a grain farm in about here, and then what I would like to do is get some meat farm in, and maybe turn it around like this. You know, let's put it like that. I know some will say this looks a bit artificial, but I think because I made that mistake by not having the double production, and I think even if I was using that mod, I'd still be struggling to supply all the goods to all the cities. Truthfully, what I should have done is gone for less cities but with more industry, but that's all part of the learning process. I think this produces meat, which we can produce from livestock, so we got that there. Let's just hook this up with our new road system, and what we can do is put a road in here. Oops. Then maybe run a road out like that, and then we'll just hook this up into, oh no, don't want that, and just come over the top here like that. I think what we're gonna, oops, no, don't want that, and then we're just gonna come down to here. I think we can just join this road up here. So we've now got grain to livestock to meat, and what we now need is a new level food production. Okay, I'm just gonna, no, why not? Let's just put the food down here. I mean, the station will expand that way. This is big. Wow. Actually, let's move that over this way a bit so it doesn't encroach on the city. And what we could do is just get rid of this road here, and then we'll just drop this in here like that, and we'll put in, connect up the roads like that. They connect you up like that, and connect you up like, oops. So we got this road here, when we could upgrade these roads. It's just maybe it's time to upgrade these a bit as well. And so we got beginnings of a modern road system here dropping into place. And we were just so we've now got grain to livestock to meat to here, for food here. Now probably we'll do this as a circular route, so let's just get this in here. So we'll put the farm there, livestock here, and then we'll just put this right outside. Might as well. Nope, it's collision. So let's just turn this round here. I think what we will do is we'll just put this down here. We'll run you down to here. Maybe we'll just put you about here. Why is that saying that's a tram and bus station? Not a tram station? It's not, definitely not a tram and bus station. What's this called then? That's a bus and tram station. Why are these all called bus and tram stations? They're not tram stations, are they? Oh, okay. Right. Obviously the game's decided to have a funny 5 minutes, so what I'm going to do is call you on the grain. Hopefully this is not the beginning of something that's going to mess me up completely. So we'll call you Hornsey Livestock. We'll call you Hornsey Meat. And we'll call you Hornsey Food. And what we're going to do now is create a route around here. We'll start here. And we'll just run to here, like that, a circle, and you'll be right 27 rural, and we'll call you Hornsey grain and meat. I think this is a little bit far out, so what we're going to do is just put in, give them their own dedicated depot. And what we're going to get here. Now, do we go for speed over? My instinct is to stick with the Benz tarpaulin trucks because they load faster, they carry a bit more, and they got 40. So I think we're about, I'll put 9 trucks on here. And what are we going to get now? 27, isn't it? I think the ones at the bottom. We're going to get that running there. And now Hornsey needs food, but we also need to supply food to this area here to get onto the train station. I think I want this as a drop-off point, so we're going to put this in as a drop-off point to here, and we're going to have to do separate trips thing. So what we're going to do is have a line from there to there, and yeah, 27 rural Hornsey meet. What we'll get is say 4 or 5 trucks running from here. We'll start with about 4, and we're going to run you're going to supply Hornsey meat. Now what I want next is some trucks to bring meat, food to here, so we can put it on this line, which will then take the food up that way. But what we also want is food delivered into Hornsey itself. Let's have a quick look at the food's over here. So what we're talking about is putting a line from, actually let's have a quick look. I think Hornsey's doing okay with food from there, so I think to start with, while this line's firing up, what we're going to do is put create a new line from, wow, that was the auto thing. Don't keep creating new lines when the auto save goes through. And what we're going to do is going to bring you down to here, and I'm going to give you, actually no, cancel. I just had an idea. Hornsey meats managed line. So you've got Hornsey food at a station. You just come down to here for the moment. So what you're going to do is bring the meat down to here, create that, and then drop it off here, which will then go to the station. Have a look here. So for every meat we get 2 foods, which is going to be great. Yeah, I think that will work. And then what that will do is get this line going 2 directional. So what we need to do now is come up to here and have a look at Bewdsley. Yeah, so this line is coming down here, and this one here covers the whole city. So, okay. The food comes up to out here. I think the trouble is if I put a truck in, he's going to come straight through here, isn't he? Right, what I need to do is, we got Bewdsley goods here. What I need to do is manage the line first. Due to the exchange, cancel you. You're only going to pick up goods. And what we're going to do is create a new line from here to okay. You down to here, and I think we'll just drop you into here and then take you back the same way, and you're going to be 28 town Bewdley, oops, DLY, we'll call you Bewdley food. And come up to here, Bewdley food. You actually need a new, what we call it, loading bay. So what we're going to do is turn you off, and I'm just going to put you exclusively on food. That way I can control which ones are picking up which. And I think what we're going to do is add you another cargo bay there, and line manager, and I think we're gonna, why won't that, I want you on 3. So we've now got Bewdley food coming here, and What I want to do now is come to this station here, manage vehicles, we'll sell all you off, and then what we're going to do is manage line, and we're just going to delete the line. What that means is we won't have this long line running backwards and forwards across here. And what should happen now is this should create a demand for food, which will come up here and be brought down to here. And once we get food production starting here, and that will mean that the train here, you see they've already got food on this platform here already, 14 food. So we'll have food running up to here, supplied directly to Boozley, so we won't have that long line running across there. And this is going quite well actually. It's probably a bit too much actually. Okay, and what we're going to do is just expand this. Might as well get over and done with. There is a and we're going to need to expand you. So we may actually need some more extra trucks here, which is good because what I can do is if we get a lot of food here, in fact I think I'm going to do it actually. So where is the food line coming in? That's Hornsey food. That's coming down a very long way. Manage line. What's the? That's coming to Mill Street. So I come here to add a station here, and we take off South Pendleton. What we will do now is all the trucks that were on this route will now focus on this area here. You coming through the residential area? Yes you are. Okay. Why have I got a tick here? Hey, I want this. What we're going to do is create a road there, and Mill Street is here, isn't it? So if I put in a couple of waypoints here, and then we'll just come up to here, pick up Hornsey food the long way, manage the line, and we're starting from Hornsey food, and we're going to do add a station that way, and then after Mill Road we're going to put that there. What that will do is pull the route down so it's coming in through the bottom of the city here. I think that will work. I mean, it will stop a certain amount of the two-way route here, but let's just have a look here. See, does no, so no one else really needs food at the moment. So what will happen is the food will probably get pushed up towards Undle, who needs food. Does South Peverton needs a little bit of food as well. So what we're going to have to do is put a food road in here. So just have a look here at South Peverton. Wow. Food is commercial, so can I see any food in here? Yeah, very tiny amount there. So at the moment we're not supplying anything to South Peverton in the way of that will improve its growth. We actually need goods out here as well, so maybe that's going to be another project that we need to do. I think to get things started, what we can do is just come here, and I think we're just going to run a road up. Now you don't want a big embankment or anything like that. We'll just cut this up here. Check again. So if we put a truck, a drop-off point, if we put a drop-off point, I don't want that. I want this buildings. We put a drop-off point in, say about here, and this is the food production area here. So we'll just create a little route from here down to here. It's flowing quite well, so we'll just, and we'll call you, whoops, 29 Everton food. And there's the truck depot. There it is. And I think just to get this line up and running, got about 4 trucks on it. And I'm just going to put you on 29 Everton food. What that will do is start pulling. Let's have a look here. Have a look at. Yeah. And let's just expand this a little bit. A little bit more. Get the impression we're not really getting the food up here. Let's just have a quick look at Smethwick. Smethwick doesn't need food at the moment, but Undle does. So we'll still keep the two-way line going here. Oh, what have we got here? We've now got 3 vehicles available. The Alcohol HH60, Ford Model 77 truck with side strakes, and Ford Model 77 with tarpaulin. Okay. And I've just noticed the time, so what we're going to do is just check out what we just got, and then that would be it for this video. So where's the train depot? Find a train depot. There's one up here, isn't there? So we've now got a, I presume this is, no, it's not steam, it must be diesel. So we've got the Alco HH600. There's 80 kilometers an hour, attractive effort. A lot of power. It's quite cheap as well. I think this could be quite useful for short lines. And see, the Alco HH series was an early series of diesel-electric locomotive built by American locomotive company Alco in there, and it actually ran from 1930 to 1976. Yeah, I think we can do something with that. And the truck depot, let's have a look, see, and what we've got in the way of vehicles now. Certainly got a lot of choice in trucks. You're actually 40 kilometers an hour. You've got a bit more polluting. You're actually ×2 loading, carry a little bit more. Yeah, so this might be the way forward with the tanker truck. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we're going to really have to get stuck into this mishmash of lines here. Start optimizing them with a view towards building an airport here and getting some airlines running. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.